Hey guys, your boy Sean Bellamy back with you another video here on my Eagles Fly channel. And yes, I know I said when I first made my first Philly Eagles talk episode that this whole channel was going to be about Philadelphia Eagles content. Any news that I thought about I wanted to talk about actually with my Philadelphia Eagles I would do. But I lied. There's just this one of those few times where I really wanted to give my thoughts, share my little opinion, my little 2 cents on the on something going on in the sports world. And as you can see by the title, I'm just gonna give my thoughts on the Jeff Garcia and Mina thing going on here. So for people that don't know, Mina is an NFL analyst that works on ESPN. You've probably seen her on First Take, probably from time to time. You definitely seen her on NFL Live. She works with Dan Orlovsky, who's probably one of my favorite, if not favorite, people on ESPN when it comes to breaking down NFL tape and just games that he's watching on TV. Sometimes he's breaking them down on Twitter. Like, Dan Orlovsky's dope. I'm side note. I wish Dan Orlovsky was like a coach somewhere. Seriously, I like Dan Orlovsky. Man knows what he's talking about. But yeah, Mina is, like I said, ESPN, who works for ESPN, NFL analyst. He said it basically goes over things she's seen on a certain game and stuff like that. Real quick, just disclaimer: I am a fan of Mina Kimes. There's at times I don't agree with what she says, but that's okay. It's okay to not agree with someone that you do like to watch or whatever. That's fine. Obviously just go about it in a way more mature way if disagreeing with them, unlike Jeff Garcia, who chose a childish way, but we'll get to that we'll get to that in a second. So yes, I think Mina Kimes is smart. I think the woman clearly studies the game of the NFL, knows what she's talking about, not one of these talking heads that goes on TV and just says anything for the sake of just of views and retweets, likes, and all the crazy shit you see people do on Twitter or on TV just to piss off a community of people. That's not Mina Kimes. As far as I've never seen it, so I don't know. Someone's gonna probably post a video of her saying something crazy. I hope not. But my point is, she's very objective in her takes. You never see her as being biased or anything like that. So again, I like Mina Kimes, and ESPN, they should be definitely happy to have her. Someone that, like I said, that just studies the game and talks about it the right way. So Mina was on First Take. She was on ESPN's First Take with Stephen A. Smith, and they was talking about Jimmy Garoppolo, his performance last week against the Green Bay Packers, where the Niners did eliminate the Packers, and now the Niners in the NFC Championship. And I think the question was going around as far as the topic on First Take was, do you believe that you could win with Jimmy Garoppolo? Do you believe he's the guy that can lead you, whatever? And Mina, in her way, definitely said, in her way, I'm saying, when it was her turn, she broke down why she just doesn't trust Jimmy G as the quarterback that's going to lead you to a championship. She broke down the fact he has 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions in the postseason. She broke down that time when you look at his, I don't know if she said QBR, but his passer rating and everything. Just basically everything you could say about a quarterback that shows and evidence that he's an average game managing quarterback, where his teams probably 8 out of 10 times will probably win in spite of his performance. And if I honestly agree with it, this is not me simping, this is not me shrilling because it's a woman and all that bullshit you hear people say whenever you say you agree with a woman on TV or you know what I mean. Anytime you agree with a woman, everyone thinks that you just want to have sex with this woman. So all of a sudden you're going to say yes to everything she said. It's fucking losers out there. I cannot stand it. But the point is, I agree with what she saed on Jimmy Garoppolo because that's how I feel about Jimmy Garoppolo. The dude's an average quarterback. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm not saying he's the worst thing since, I don't even remember. I'm not saying he's the worst quarterback in the NFL. I'm not saying that. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is a game-managing quarterback. I feel like as long as he doesn't do enough damage as far as like hurting your team, you have a good chance to win. He's not going to be a guy like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, trying to think of the quarterbacks. I feel so bad thinking, oh my goodness, Aaron Rodgers, Russell. You're not gonna look at this dude and be like, all right, we're gonna win because of him. That's not what I see Jimmy G as, and I think she was right on saying that. It was probably her exact words, but that's what, in layman's terms, what Mina was saying. You just can't trust to win with Jimmy G. Enters Jeff Garcia, who is a former NFL quarterback. Now, the disclaimer here, I don't mind when former athletes or current athletes call the media out on things when when something nutty or crazy is said. I actually prefer today's athletes do call out media when they say crazy things, when they they could smear your name in the mud or anything, just say anything to get people to to have this narrative about you. I get it. I get it. What I don't like though is what Jeff Garcia did. See, Jeff Garcia saw her comments or saw, her take on First Take, and basically went on to say, he almost wrote a book on Instagram, which is deleted, by the way, which I'll bring up also later. He deleted this. He had this Instagram post, though, basically a paragraph, and said that, not just, hey, I disagree with Mina. I think that's ridiculous. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is playing well. I think he's definitely doing all that. He basically came at me saying, have you ever played in the NFL? Have you ever thrown a football in the NFL? No, you haven't. I don't know. I put up 3. No, you haven't. So shut your mouth. You should not be talking about something you know nothing about. I don't know where to start, because when I first saw this, again, I don't have a script in front of me or whatever, so I'm just going off the top here. But when I first saw these comments, I was going through Twitter. I don't really watch, ESPN, all like that. Sometimes I'm just gonna be playing a game and I'm just scrolling through Twitter, and I saw his comment and I read it. I don't know why, for some reason, people today, they feel like they need to hear this or not. Just because you're a person that has never played the NBA or NFL or Major League Baseball does not mean you don't know what you're seeing or what you're talking about. We have seen plenty of people in the media, ESPN, Fox Sports 1, just any sports network you can think of, where there is people on there that have never played the game in their life, but they'll say the absolute dumbest takes that pisses you off, because that's just, you could clearly say, okay, dude, your knowledge of the game is lacking, you haven't played it, and then you're just talking dumb. This was not one of those cases. I don't know why Jeff Garcia took it upon himself to come at her and blast Mina Kimes like that, just because you didn't agree with what she said about Jimmy Garoppolo. Let me also bring something else too, and everyone else has also said about this, and which made his comments come off as more as a misogynistic and kind of sexist and really just ignorant, is Mina Kimes is not the only one that said this about Jimmy Garoppolo. I know in this video I was talking about when Mina Kimes said this. She said this about Jimmy. If you go back after the game, plenty of people was literally criticizing Jimmy Garoppolo's performance last week against the Packers and said the 49ers won in spite of him. If you go back, there's a lot of people brought up his numbers and what he has done in the postseason since being an NFL starting quarterback. They're not good. So for some reason, that's why everyone's looking at and why I'm looking at Jeff Garcia, I should say, in this video, as a clown and just very just childish, or not in response, but just childish thoughts on her critique, on Mina's critique towards Jimmy Garoppolo. She wasn't the only person saying this. For some reason, dude, it's 2022. It's so fucking disgusting. This world makes no sense. Like, there's a lot of things wrong in the world. This is one of them. For some reason, when a woman in sports media talks about something, as far as it could be, like in this case NFL with Mina, NFL, and they give their takes on it, there's always this one guy out there. I'm not saying all men do it. There's some good dudes out there. There's one guy out there that has to immediately blast a woman for her take on something. Like, she's the only one that has this take. She didn't get on there and said that Jimmy G is a horrible person. She didn't get on there and say Jimmy G is the worst quarterback in the NFL. She didn't say any of that. All she said was, dude, you can't win with this guy. I don't trust him in the big moments when the big moments matter. In this case, trying to win a Super Bowl, on their way to win a Super Bowl. And the facts back that up. Even if you don't agree with it, it's just very childish and stupid for you. And by the way, let's say a punk move by Jeff Garcia, because after these comments came out, for some reason, people when it comes to social media are just so fucking annoying, because it seems like when people post something like that on social media, ignorant comments, attacking a person, and as soon as the world starts shitting on you for your stupid ass post, they delete it. He immediately deleted it. Like, he deleted the post, I think maybe it was an hour or so after it was up. First of all, again, I don't know what people think what happens in 2022. When you post something like that, someone's going to screenshot this shit and post it on another social media platform. Listen, stand by your shit. I hate when people do that. I know I'm going off topic here, but I hate when people do that. That's so much of a punk move. If you're going to say something and really feel you have the balls to say it through a damn computer screen or your phone screen, whatever the hell you're typing from, stand by it. Don't delete the damn thing just because everyone started shitting on you because of it. Now, there's some clowns out there that did like what Jimmy Garoppolo said and immediately attacked others who agreed with Mina and all this other stuff. It was so childish and stupid. I keep wording up childish because you would think as a grown man he would know better. Dude, you don't have to agree with Mina says. Anyone out there that don't agree with her, that's fine. But you don't have to attack her and then make it like she's the only one that made these comments about Jimmy Garoppolo. It's so stupid. Like I said, for me personally, she's one of the good ones. Joy Taylor, one of the good ones. There's, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. There's a lot of other women I want to name, but those two just came to mind because I follow them on Twitter. But the point is, there's a lot of, like, oh my goodness. Taylor Rook, she's one of the good ones. Like, there's so many good women on ESPN or it could be on Fox Sports 1. There's a lot of good women in the sports media. Something that we probably don't even hear about. Like, it's getting really, well, it's been, like, it's so stupid that there is men out there like Jeff Garcia that feel like just because you're a woman, your takes about NFL, NBA, whatever, should not be warranted or whatever, or should not count or whatever. And I know some people will say, well, Sean, why is everyone making this a misogynistic or a sexist thing? Well, it's just because I told you, Jeff Garcia he didn't give himself he didn't do himself any favors. Because think about how that comes across. Even people want to say, oh, you're jumping straight to the sexist label. Listen, how does that come across when she's not the only one that made those comments? If he would have said, yo, I've seen Mina Kimes, Stephen A. Smith, I've seen other people, Dan Orlowski's take, or whoever, I'm just naming people. But if he just said, basically said everyone, I see people on sports media shitting on Jimmy Garoppolo, man, it's ridiculous. He had a good game. He's doing his bad, man. These people are always, it'd be different like that. But it just seems in situations like this, when a woman says something, immediately all hell breaks loose, and the one guy has to constantly get on social media or get on a radio show and start spouting bullshit towards that one woman like she's the only one that has said anything bad about, in this case, Jimmy Garoppolo. There's plenty of people that are doing it, man, woman alike. It doesn't matter. It is so corny. It's so corny. Like I said, childish. It just doesn't make sense. And very ignorant. If you still believe that you have to or have to play a sport to understand the sport, then I don't know where your head's at. Because I've never played NFL, but I know I never played college football, but I know a damn good amount about the game. So what happens when you sit down and study it and you actually know, take your time to understand what's going on. NFL, NBA don't matter. You don't have to play in a professional sport to not know what the hell it is. Again, the only one Jeff Garcia, other people should save that shit for is for the people that goes on TV just spouting stupid stuff like the Skip Bayless or I'm trying to think who else is going there and say at times when he was on TV, Ryan Hollins on ESPN. I'm just bringing up people. The point is, like, there's lots of them. Y'all know who I'm talking about. People that are just on there because they're just being talking heads, because they just, want to make controversy or get views or whatever because of one thing they said, and now they're the number one trending thing on Twitter. You know what I'm talking about. You know those type of people, the troll and all that. This is not one of those situations or moments where Jeff Garcia should have felt proud of himself. It's just so stupid, dude. It's dumb. And shout out to Dan Orlowski, who is is a huge friend to Mina Kimes, because I'm bringing up Dan Orlowski because he got called out by somebody on Twitter. Nobody, someone on Twitter like 10 followers. It don't matter, but how many followers you have. The point is, this nobody just came at Dan Orlowski because Dan was basically saying that, he defends Mina. Mina is, one of the smartest people he worked with. He basically said a lot of nice things about his friend. And this one dude on Twitter was like, dude, why are you always acting like you're not just white knighting? You're not just being biased, dude. It's your friend. Of course you're going to say nice things. And of course, Dan Orlowski is called being a friend, but being a real friend. And again, the stuff he pointed out was true. Dude, that's someone he works with every day. If he did not like her or had really nothing good to say about it, I don't believe Dan Orlowski went on Twitter and even put himself out there like, yo, Why is why did Jeff Garcia, why does people saying this about her? Like, that's his friend, man. And most importantly, it seems like at times most important, but for me, it seems like he's right. When you watch Mina Kimes, she seems very intelligent. She knows what she's talking about, and she doesn't say any outlandish takes. She just does her job. Again, we can go about this all day. It wasn't just Dan Orlovsky. Let me say that too. There was other people on ESPN. Not even ESPN. There was tons of people out there literally defending her. People that work ESPN, people that don't work ESPN, people that are just known people on the street. There was tons of support for Mina Kimes, and everyone was immediately not everyone, but a lot of people was attacking Jeff Garcia after his comments. It's fucking corny and it's just stupid. And like I said, ignorant. I'm so tired. I wanted to say something yesterday, but I was kind of tired. But it's so weak. And like I said, it's a punk move. If you're going to do something like that, stand on your shit. Don't delete the post. Don't delete it. You felt it's so dumb when people do that. For in this video, I know I keep saying that, but it's just dumb. You posted it. And when you post something like that, someone's going to fucking screenshot it. A freaking 12-year-old can screenshot it. I'm saying like a young kid can screenshot it and post it on ESPN, post it on Twitter, and now everyone's losing their minds. Like it's not, or on Facebook, like it's not hard, to, still hold on to that one post that you try to get rid of. Stand by your shit, Jeff. If you really feel that way, don't try to delete it. And he obviously, we know he still felt that way because he posted it, but it's still corny. You knew the reaction that was going to happen when you got this. You knew what was going to happen. Either people was going to attack you or clowns like you was going to come out of the bushes and decide, oh yeah, it's time to shit on another person. In this case, a woman. For God knows for what reason, but I didn't have a script, guys. I'm sorry. I know I went all over the place, but man, that's my thoughts on it. I think Jeff Garcia is a complete clown. And again, I always say this. It has nothing to do with her being a woman. It has nothing to do if you don't agree with her take. That is fine. If you don't agree with it, just say that. How hard is this to say, I don't agree, Jimmy G, just play better, or I believe Jimmy G's doing just enough. He's doing good things. Why is that so hard? Why, this fucking society we live in is just weird. There's always got to be that one person. It could be a guy, it could be a girl. It don't matter. There's always that one person that has to be the douchebag. That has to be the one to just set fires to some shit that had nothing at all to set fire to. There was nothing at all for Jeff Garcia. No reason at all to do that. I checked it. History, there's no history between him and Mina. There's nothing. So what the fuck was that for? And like I said, not just because he disagreed with her, but the whole, you never play football, just attacking her like her opinion doesn't matter. It's just her thoughts, dude. Like, how's that hurting you that bad? It's actually pathetic. I don't care how you want to spin it. It is pathetic to me when a guy or whoever tries to poke their chest out like they're coming off as this strong, I'm going to talk shit man, when you really come off as like a fucking punk and insecure as hell. It's weak. It's weak. He's a clown, dude. Yeah, that's weird. He's a clown. But I'm out, man. Peace.